Hi, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about things you should consider before you get your nose pierced. And my cat is going to be in the background. I'm sorry. You want to say hi? The nostril piercing is going to be the primary focus of today's video, which is this right here. Nostril piercing can be this right here. It could be a high nostril, which is right up here. There's also the front nostrils right here, which is very uncommon. We're not going to be talking about the septum piercing. I have a video on my experience with the septum piercing, and it's not a very educational video. It's more of a entertainment video where I talk about my experience getting the septum pierced and why I removed it, pretty much. There's not going to be any you shouldn't get it because of this. You should get it because of this. That's not how it was with my experience. So that is more of a, this happened to me, you may feel this way, you may not type of video. The nostril piercing is a very common piercing that not a lot of people are very educated with. And I will tell you what not to do with your nostril piercing and what to consider if you are thinking about getting your nostril pierced. I have had my nostril pierced twice. Once on this side, and I will show you the video here.
Close your eyes and just sink in, go deep breath in, and let it out then. Like that.
Did you see it? Did you see it? Okay. Mine, I didn't remove. I woke up and it was gone, which is unfortunately a thing that a lot of people deal with. They wake up and their nostril piercing is gone and it's closed. Where did it go? Where did the jewelry go? It's not in my bed. It's not on the floor. It's like I never even had it. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do with that. Before you get your nostril piercing, you need to consider which piercer you're going to, and you need to look at the reviews, and whenever you walk in there and it smells clean and it's very nice in here, it looks nice, there's a lot of people here that seem to be having a good experience, that is the type of piercer that you want to get your face pierced with. If you walk into the studio and you're like, ew, it smells like crap in here, don't get your face pierced there. Hello. Especially if you go to the front desk and the person is looking at you like, what do you need? Just don't. If you walk in there and you're faced with someone who's being rude and not someone who's like, what can I do for you today? Don't get your face pierced there. Don't get any piercing there. Just don't do it. Another thing is that you want to make sure that your face is getting pierced with the right material. If you get your nose pierced and they put this in your face, take it out, go to a different piercer, and tell them what just happened. The reason why you do not want to put this jewelry in your nose is because if the backing falls off and you inhale it, you will need to get emergency surgery as soon as possible, because nothing but oxygen should go into your lungs, and you want that to go into your lungs. Not a lot of stores carry the right size. I went to Walmart and I got a screw, which is like an L, but it's curved like this. So here, this is your nose. You put this in and you curve it into your nose and it stays there. Walmart doesn't sell the best kind of jewelry, but if you're looking for something in an emergency, then it should be fine. I went there, and normally whenever you get your nose pierced, you're pierced at an 18 gauge. That's what I was pierced at. That's what this sizing is, an 18 gauge. And whenever you go to stores, normally they sell 20, which is smaller. It's a bigger number, but it's also a smaller size when it comes to jewelry sizing. I got it because I was like, hey, these are cute. They're little flowers. I like flowers. Those are cute. So I got them, and whoopity-doo, my piercing shrunk. 2 weeks ago, I took the piercing out because I was gonna put a curved barbell into my nose to see how I felt about it. And whenever I took it out, my piercing started to close. That's another con. Your nose heals very fast. So whenever you take your piercing out, it will start to close almost immediately if you don't put another piece of jewelry in it. Another thing with nose piercings is that it's a very 50-50 piercing. So if you have a nose ring like this in your nose, some people might be like, oh, that's so pretty. And other people might be like, oh, that's trashy. Like, why is she wearing that in her nose? Normally, the two opinions, it's like there's no middle. And unfortunately, you can't really get important jobs with nose piercings. I don't know why, but that's a thing. And yes, you can say in 2021, everyone's fine with facial piercings as long as it's not lip piercings, as long as it's not septum piercings. But unfortunately, it's still a thing. I've never really seen people who work in a business industry who have facial piercings like this. If they do, it's a stud. My experience hasn't been negative, but I do know some people who had to either put a retainer in their nose every single time they went to work. But there are also companies who don't care. I have a friend who has a septum ring and she has 2 nose piercings. She has a vertical labret. Her company doesn't even care because of the mask mandate. But there are some companies who don't want you to wear masks anymore as long as you're fully vaccinated, you know? And whenever you take your mask off and you have all these piercings, your manager might be like, I didn't even know you had that. You need to put retainers in those or you need to remove them. Especially whenever you've worked at a company for so long and all of a sudden you take your mask off and they're just thinking differently of you because suddenly you have new piercings. Nose piercings are known to get infected quite easily because it's in your nose. You know, there's gunk in your nose, there's in your nose. So whenever it's healing, it does tend to get infected easier, especially whenever it's allergy season. Like whenever it's winter time, there's constant storms. Where I live, there's just a random storm out of nowhere and you're just like, I was fine yesterday. But I've noticed that whenever it's more groggy outside and there's fog and it's kind of drizzling and, you know, the season's changing, my nose piercing does get upset. It throws a fit because it's like,
it was dry all the past 3 months and now you want it to be raining outside? You think I'm going to be okay with that?
That's what my nose piercing is like. I do deal with allergies quite bad. Where I live, it's either really dry and sunny or it's constantly raining for the rest of the week. And you expect my nose to be okay with that?
No.
What I do, whenever it's like the season is changing, I like to clean my nose like it's a new piercing. This stuff, no you're mad. But I clean it. And I like to sea salt soak it. Sometimes whenever my nose is like throwing a big fit and it's runny and I'm sneezing all the time and my nose piercing is just like, ah! Yeah. I sea salt soak it. The swelling can go down and my nose can stop being such a, yeah. I live in a neighborhood, so every single time a car drives by, they like to slow down at my window because my window is facing right towards the street. So every single time someone drives by, I'm always just like, oh my God, because they look at me. It's even more awkward whenever someone's walking their dog or their baby and they're walking by and they see someone in the window talking at the window because my phone is so small. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. God. I just want to note that I recorded this video 3 times yesterday and every single time someone was walking by staring at me. Whenever you get sick, your nose runs more and like your jewelry will start to feel extremely cold in your nose and then you start sneezing more and more and more. That sucks. Especially if you're one of those people that likes to twist up toilet paper and put it in your nose. It's like the most uncomfortable feeling against your jewelry because it's pressing right up against your nose. I think that's all for the video. There's not really much negative things about getting your nose pierced because there's so much more pros to it. That's pretty much it. Okay. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm so awkward. Okay, bye.